Hi everyone, and welcome back to Crochet Rocks. I'm going to show you part 2 of the Sweetheart scarf, and for this you're going to need the crochet hook, a pair of snippers and a CD case. It doesn't matter who it is, just a CD case. All will be revealed. So at the end of part 1 we had ended on the spike row. So I've got one little bit to do, and then, did I do my chain? No. Oh dear, almost got it wrong. So I'll do my 2 final double crochet and 1 chain there. Move my little snippers over there. Turn my work, and for this row we're just going to do a row of double crochet all the way along. So I did my first 2, and then when it comes to this I just go into the hole and then into the spike, into that 1 chain space, just go through the hole. Ooh. And then into the double crochet. So then you get a little thicker edge that side, just as you did on this side. So you just carry on all the way along doing that. So it's 1 double in. Remember, that's a double crochet in the UK terms and a single in the US. So we just don't bother about trying to get into the chain, just go into the gap. So carry on like that all the way along, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we are now back at the end of the row. I'm going to do my last 2 stitches and end off. Just bear with me a second, get my scissors because they're easier than the snippers. They're getting a little blunt these days, might have to get a new pair. So you just end off the normal way, and so this is where you decide really if you want the tassels or if you just want to sew these ends in. Somebody asked me if you could carry that yarn with your crochet. The only thing wrong with it really is the fact that it's quite chunky, so that might be a little bulky to hide in your stitching. But if you wanted to go ahead with the fringing, that's where a CD case comes in. It doesn't have to be a CD case. You can use anything. So how I made my tassels, let's grab some yarn. I used the case, and they don't have to be perfect because you're going to trim them. So if this dangles down a little way, it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to get the whole thing in. So it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be flush, but you wrap it round 1, 2, 3, 4, and finishing on the bottom. Cut that off, and then we cut these off. As I say, it doesn't have to be too accurate. And grab this part here so that you've got that over there, and take your work and you just find your first hole, grab your hook and bring it through, pull it up away, then put your finger in and just bring all the ends through it like that. And then, rather than pull it, because it can get a little out of shape, just try to push it up a little and keep the direction. So there you have your first tassel. Now try, if you can, to make them all the same way round, but what I would do now is with a darning needle I would sew through there and then sew it into it so it hangs out the tassel with the same one. So the next one I would make would be blue, and I'd put that there. And on my previous scarf, which I've got here, I made 10. So that was obviously 5 of each colour. And once they're all on, all I did then was lay it flat, and I used my CD case to get a nice edge, made sure they were all straight, got a nice edge, and then I just cut along so they were all the same length. But that's it basically. I started with a pink one, I would next do the blue one, and each tail I would just, with a darning needle, trace it along and then sew it into that tassel, and it hides them nicely. So that's basically it. And I made 10 that side and 10 on the other side. As I said, try and get them the same way round if you can. Looks a little bit better than both of them being in the opposite direction. You don't have to use a CD case, you can use anything as long as you wrap your yarn around it. But obviously you want to make them longer than you need, so that when they're all the same length, or really when they're all on there, you can chop them all the same length. But that's it. So I hope that's quite straightforward. I won't do any more with you because I think it just get boring watching me. But thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, pop your finger on the subscribe button and the little notification bell. Set that to all, and you'll be informed when there's new videos, new tutorials, giveaways, live chats, and just all the yarny fun. So thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.